Hello?
Dallas stinks.
We want Dallas. We want the Cowboys. And they still have to think about Atlanta. We want to rip their heart out. We want to tear them apart. We want to crush their soul. We want to take their women. They still have to think about Atlanta for 14 days. We are going to be thirsty. We're hungry. We are chomping at the bit. We are salivating. Dallas has no idea what's coming to them in 14 days. Philly 500 is here. I'm Adrian Fedq. They have to think about Atlanta. We are thinking about Dallas right now. We want them.
Breaking bones. I don't need cookies. I want bones of Dallas Cowboys. I'm ready to feast on the evil empire. Take them out. Rip that star. Rip them down. Take them apart. Take their women. Take their children and get the hell out of there. Is what I say. Beat the crap out of Dallas right now. But you know what? They got to go to Atlanta. And that's hard enough for them. Us, we'll be ready. We're ready. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what is going on in Philly. They have no idea what's about to hit them on Sunday Night Football.
In front of the world, we are ready. We cannot wait, okay? They have to think about Atlanta right now. They have to think about the Falcons. They have to think about how they're going to stop Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, all that. We are already looking at Dallas. This is playing out tremendously. Zeke or not, I honestly believe we're going to go to Dallas and we are going to blow them the fuck out.
We are going to crush them. I agree.
It feels like Thanksgiving again.
Yes. Oh, yes. This is going to be decimation. This is going to be destruction. I'm telling you, Dallas people don't know what's coming. They're going to be shocked when Carson Wentz punches a hole through that defense like a wet paper bag. It's coming. I'm telling you, this is maybe a 2-touchdown victory. The Eagles are going to blow the crap out of Dallas. It's coming. Definitely. No doubt about it. And I want Zeke Elliott playing. I want him on the field because we're going to beat the crap out of him. And we're going to beat the crap out of his whole team. I want him. I want this team.
14 days. 14 of them. Oh.
I want them right now. Let's do this right now, Dallas. Let's go. I don't want to wait 14 days. I don't know how to wait 14 days. It's going to be a horrible, horrible thing. But I will be after their fans. I will be calling their radio stations. I will be writing their papers. I will be everywhere getting them ready because it's coming. The storm is coming, and I am the messenger. Destruction awaits, Dallas.
I'm going to be eating a lot of crow if I'm wrong. I'll tell you that right now. But I have a great feeling about how things are going to turn out. It's because of the 14 days. It's because of the fact that the Eagles match up very, very well against the Cowboys. I mean, the one defensive line that the Cowboys have struggled with has been the Eagles over recent years. The Eagles are number one in the National Football League in stopping the run. They stop that zone stuff very well. Zeke Elliott, okay. I think they're going to hold him in check if he plays or not. They are going to make Dak Prescott beat them. He's not going to be able to. The Eagles are going to score over 30 points in that defense. Are they going to be able to put up over 30 against us? Probably not. I don't see it. I don't see how they're going to stop us. And then I don't see how Dak Prescott's going to beat us. I don't see it.
No, it ain't going to happen. The only delusional Cowboy fans think so. As soon as you take Zeke Elliott out of the game, as soon as he's contained, they're done. Dallas is done. Okay, Dez Bryant, he ain't having the greatest year. He ain't the same Dez Bryant a few years ago. I hate to tell everybody. You know, look, when Elliott runs the ball well, then Dallas has a chance. When he can't, Dallas is not going to win. And he's not going to run well in the Eagles. The Eagles are going to take him out of the game. Prescott is then going to have to try to win this game. And he can't go tat for tat with Carson Wentz. Ain't no way in an air combat. You know what I mean? When they're firing bullets everywhere, Carson will outfire him. Carson will outthrow him. And I'll take that matchup any day of the week. Any day of the week. And let me tell you, Dallas may overlook Atlanta. They may be looking at the Eagles, and they may fall into a little trap this week themselves. But I can't wait to take this team out. I can't wait to just beat the crap out of the Dallas Cowboys. I can't wait. This is what I was born to watch. Them beat Dallas.
Yeah. No, I'll say this. I'm not hating on Dallas. I think they're a solid team.
I'm hating on Dallas. I hate them.
You can hate on them.
I hate them.
I'm saying I'm not hating on them as a team.
I understand.
I think they're a good team. But I think in this situation and how things are playing out and the fact that we have 14 days and the fact that they have to play Atlanta before they can start thinking about us. They cannot start thinking about us. We are already thinking about them. Team, the national media is still disrespecting us. They are still doing it. You had people from CBS picking the Broncos to beat the Eagles. Guess what they did? They put up a 50 burger. 50.
50. I know. And isn't it funny how, like, as soon as we put 50 points on, Denver's nothing. But seriously, I'm not kidding you. 2 days ago, it was like, you can't score on Denver's defense. They got the best defense. You're not going to be able to score on them. As soon as we score on them and put 51 points on them, then they're not that good. Everybody we beat the crap out of all of a sudden ain't that good. You know why? Because we're much better than everybody else, and we make them look bad. But the truth of the matter is they want to disrespect the Eagles. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because the Eagles are going to beat the crap out of Dallas. And they ain't going to have any excuse after that. And it's coming. And let me tell you, this is the game. When you beat Dallas, division's over. Division's over. Done. Bye. See you later.
And I want to get back to the no respect thing, because they started to get it when they beat Carolina. And then Carolina kind of sucked and hit this lull. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, the Eagles haven't beaten anybody. Carolina now stinks. The Redskins are now, they were 3-4 before they beat the Seahawks yesterday. So it's like, oh, well, you haven't beaten anybody. You haven't done this. You haven't done that. You don't think the players hear this? They are 8-1. They know how good they are. They want to make a statement. This is Dallas. This is national television. In front of the world, the Eagles are going to want to make a statement. And that's why this feels like Thanksgiving again. We are going to feast on the Cowboys. It is going to be a bloodbath. It is going to get ugly. I'm telling you guys.
Yes.
I could be wrong. I could eat a lot of crow. It might happen. But I feel pretty damn confident about it.
Destruction is coming for the heathens. The heathens will have destruction upon them. And the Eagles are delivering that destruction. It is coming. Believe me, this evil empire has to pay the price. And we also owe them one from last year. Last year, we gave that game away. We should have beat them last year. Then, we're going to pay them back this year. I have no doubt the Eagles are going to win. I think Dallas will lose Atlanta, and I think they're going to lose the Eagles, and they're going to fall apart. It's going to happen. We're going to take their soul. And I'm hungry. Like you're talking about eating. I'm ready to eat them. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's crush their face in. You know what I mean? Right now. Right now, I'm ready.
You want to hear something that might sound a little crazy?
I hate that team.
This Eagles team may have not peaked yet. And I'm talking about they lost Jason Peters and Jordan Hicks. This team, the way it's going right now, the way it's humming. I mean, remember like the first month of the season, they were what? 3-1, 4-1. They were winning games, but they weren't like looking great doing it. They were just kind of finding ways to win. But ever since that Arizona game, the first time Carson Wentz threw 4 touchdown passes. So what he's been doing from Arizona on, this is kind of what I'm expecting now out of him.
Yeah.
So the first month of the season, we didn't see it. All right?
Yeah.
So you're having Carson Wentz emerge. Now you have the wild card of Jay Ajayi now. Oh, so you have to prepare for Carson Wentz. And now you're going to have a load of Jay Ajayi on the edges against Dallas. They are not going to be able to stop him. They are not going to be able to stop Carson Wentz. This offense, if Jay Ajayi looks like he did yesterday, I mean, you got to remember this too. Like, you don't think he's pissed off? You don't think he's motivated after what Miami did to him? He's going to be running angry for the rest of the season. So, in terms of not peaked yet, Jeffrey and Wentz, maybe, just maybe, they're finally turning that corner. 6 receptions for 80 yards against Denver. I think it was 6. So, you're starting to have that cohesion build. The defense looks better and better each week. They flipped the switch the last couple weeks. The secondary. You remember earlier in the season, all those – remember how teams would come back on us because they couldn't stop the quick 3-step passing game? Well, that's not happening anymore. Not. Secondary stepping up. Jalen Mills looks outstanding. Rasul Douglas, they are tackling everybody. Patrick Robinson. This team is not peaked.
Nope.
We haven't seen it peak yet. The real teams emerge after Thanksgiving. They haven't peaked.
No.
This team is for real.
They're for real. Absolutely, they're for real. And let's not forget, Big V is also making that switch to left tackle, right? He's now the starter. So we've seen him get better each week, right? So now he's going to get another bye week, and then they're going to come back. So he's going to be more accustomed and used to his position. Then you have Ajayi. We might get Ronald Darby back. You have hopefully Ertz healthy. You're going to get people back, and you're going to be playing in the biggest game basically for the division, and everything is falling in place perfectly for this Eagles team. So all they have to do is show up and play well and be ready to play, and Dallas stands no chance. Time for honoring Dallas, time for honoring yourselves will soon be at an end. It will be an end. You are going down. You can't stop it. Dare to prepare, because it's over for you. It's over. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to shut their faces up. I'm telling you.
I'm going to laugh when they lose to Atlanta, and then I'm going to laugh even harder when the division is over in 14 days.
Oh, yeah. Me too. So,
all right. You know what we're going to do now?
Well,
Guess
Dallas,
what we're going to do?
Sit on this, Dallas. Sit on this. Piss me off. I hate that team. But that's
I hate him too.
Right up the old butt.
Despicable. You know what we're going to do now?
What?
You know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about Doug Pederson. We're going to say some good things about him.
Oh, Pederson. Oh, my goodness.
We're going to say good things about him. You want to say good things about him?
I do. I can't believe it, but I actually do. I do. You mean Coach of the Year, Doug Pederson?
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but he's doing.
He's on his way. He's my leading candidate. Best game he had as a coach was yesterday. Best game plan, I thought, was yesterday. He's getting better each week. I thought there was a couple games early that weren't great coach-wise. I thought the Charger game, he kind of started getting going, and he's been good ever since, in my opinion. But yesterday, to come out with the game plan he did, to outsmart the Denver's defense the way they did, to use Ajayi as a decoy the way he did, was really, that was next level thinking, I thought. And I like what I'm seeing from him. I like that the Doug Pederson Corleone is really coming out of him, So I couldn't be happier with Doug Pederson right now.
Yeah, and before you came on, I watched the game again. Well, I watched until the midway through the third quarter until you came on, so I didn't watch the whole game again. But the first 8 series I did, and I charted some things, so I'm gonna show you guys my findings. So the first couple drives, I love the way he utilized the tight ends, multiple tight end sets that. With Burton and Selleck, and basically, they were exploiting matchups against their linebackers. So you had Brandon Marshall going against Burton or Selleck, whoever he was matched up against. And whenever Doug Pederson saw this, or whenever Carson Wentz saw this, that's who he'd throw to. We saw it on the touchdown to Trey Burton, the deep pass, the double move. And we saw it a couple times with a couple bootlegs. And that's another thing that Doug Pederson was doing. So your first 4 series of the game, he only called one deep drop against that vaunted Denver attack. So that helps out Big V. That settles him into the game. That settles everybody, the entire offensive line, into the game. 5th series, all of a sudden he's calling three deep drops. So and that was also the series that Trey Burton had his touchdown. So you had an out route to Jeffrey, a deeper drop to Roby for 14 yards, and even the play actions he was calling. It wasn't like the deep play action. It was that shotgun, just quick little play action, and then get the feet set and get the ball out. So even on those drops, they were quick play action drops. They weren't deep play action drops. And when he was sprinting Wentz or some play action bootlegs, he was doing it to the right and away from Big V. But as Big V settled in and he started playing well, Doug Pederson saw and had confidence in him. So guess what he did? So on the 6th drive of the game, so what Doug Pederson was doing. All right, so I basically watched the first 8 series of the game again until the midway point of the 3rd quarter. And early on, what he was doing, he was utilizing his tight ends. He was trying to get matchups against their linebackers. And he was motioning the tight ends to see if the linebacker would motion with the tight ends to see if they would be one-on-one matchups and not zone coverage. So you had Brandon Marshall lined up against Trey Burton and Brent Selleck a couple times, and the Eagles were able to exploit this. They did it with the hitch and go, or the stutter and go, whatever that double move was, with Trey Burton. And they were using multiple tight end sets, so 2 tight end sets, 2 tight ends on the field at the same time, and they were doing this a lot for the first couple series of the game. The other thing, so I also have all the passes written down. So I've got play action, I've got quick drops, I've got boots and sprints, and I've got deep drops. So deep drops, they only had 1 deep drop over the first 4 series of the game. So what does that say? That says, okay, that's a good job of Doug allowing Big V to settle into the game. No deep drops. Don't make him have to block somebody for more than like 3 seconds. Get him into the game. Get him acclimated. Get your entire offensive line acclimated because you came up a game where you weren't playing well. So get them all together. Get them in sync, and call some easier drops. You had some play action boots to the right, away from Big V. So again, good job there.
Yeah.
And then even the play actions, it wasn't a deep play action. It was in gun. So you do that quick little play action, and then get your feet set, ball out real quick. So you had all that going on. And then in terms of running the ball, so I also charted this as well. So as you can see, they ran the ball primarily to the right and along the middle. But there were a couple instances where they ran it to the left. And the 2 runs by Ajayi on the Eagles' 6th possession of the game. So you had 12 yards from Ajayi going along the left side. Big V had good push on this play. And then the 46-yard touchdown, he had a great kick-out block. So Doug Pederson did a great job exploiting Denver's weakness, covering tight ends, and he also did a great job of using play action to hold up the rush with Ajayi. So he was incorporating other elements in order to stop the pass rush. It wasn't just the line. It wasn't just using backs to chip. He was using play action. He was using quick drops to negate it. He called a masterful game. And it's shocking. It's shocking to say. But it also shows that we can be real when we see it. Because there are Doug people out there that hate him so much they can't give him any ounce of credit, because there's some people that are too stubborn to give in, like Chip Kelly. Right. Well, I'm not Chip Kelly. I'm Doug Pederson. I'm humble. And that's the great thing about him too. He's humble.
He's humble. Gosh darn it. He's humble. And the thing about it is, I like that he seems to be learning. You know what I mean? Like, you wonder what he's going to learn from the first year to the second year. But well, he learned a lot. But now it's almost like I feel like week to week he's learning more and he's doing more. So there's no complaints I have for this guy right now. I really think he's coach of the year, and I was not high on Doug Pederson going into the season. So for me to say that, he really has to impress for me to say that. I wouldn't say it otherwise. But you know, he's doing a hell of a job. You know, hell of a job. You know, Jim Schwartz has no shot at the head coaching job now. Jim Schwartz ain't going to take it. Doug Pederson Corleone is here. So I like it, you know, man. I like it. And you know what? He's got 2 weeks to prepare for Dallas. I expect the same type of plans, the same type of you know, strategy when it comes to Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I say humble, here's what I mean by that. So we know that he's a guy that normally likes to throw the ball a lot. And the first, maybe 2-3 games of the season, he was throwing the ball a ton. He wasn't using LeGarrette Blount. He didn't run the ball effectively. But instead of being stubborn, instead of resorting back to his old ways like an Andy Reid would do, he switched it up. Like Chip Kelly, with him, it's his system. He's going to keep running his system. He's not going to tweak it. He's going to keep doing what he thinks is right. Yeah. He's not going to listen to anybody. He's just going to do what he wants to do. Doug Pederson, he listened to his players. They complained that they weren't running the ball. So what did they do against the Giants? They ran the ball a ton. And they've been running the ball a ton since.
Yeah.
I give him credit.
Great. He's doing a great job. I mean, that's all there is to say it. I mean, I have 2 guys that I think right now are doing, you know, coach of the year type stuff. I got Doug Pederson and McVay out with the Rams. I think those 2 guys, to me, I've been very impressed with coaching-wise. So, hey, look, Doug Pederson deserves all the credit he's getting right now. He deserves it. And, you know, the big games are coming. The big games are coming. We're just getting started. I mean, we're only halfway through this thing. Yeah. So wait until it's cold. Wait until the playoffs. Wait until we get to see all that stuff. It's going to be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's like 99% of Philadelphia didn't want Doug Pederson. And the 1% that did, those are those Kool-Aid drinkers that are just going to, you know, basically praise everything the Eagles do, whatever they do. Yeah. So like, you have some people like that. They're like, yeah, you know, Doug Pederson doing it wrong. But it's funny though, like the 99%, like I was saying earlier, the people that just can't admit that they were wrong.
Yeah.
That I was wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong every day. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about something. My wife tell you, I'm wrong. I wake up wrong. You know, I'm wrong. But I didn't expect this. I mean, you had a guy that wasn't considered by any other teams. There was a call, I guess, with Andy Reid, and Andy Reid recommended him. You know, and I guess when people hear that, a lot of people think, oh, no, here we go. But look, Andy Reid does know what he's talking about. So, you know, Doug was ready, I guess. Doug's doing a great job. And let me tell you also this. When you have Carson Wentz, when you have a quarterback of that caliber, it's a lot easier to do.
Oh, yeah. Doug Pederson isn't on the Browns. He's not coaching the Browns. He would be just like Hugh Jackson. He'd be 0 whatever they are, 0-8, 0-9.
I mean, having a quarterback like that, because it's one thing to plan it, right? You can plan whatever. You could be a great game planner. But if you don't have guys to execute that plan, then your plan's going to go for naught. And he's got a guy that will execute the plans flawlessly. You know, and it's a good marriage. It's a good match. Everything looks really good right now. So,
but the reason why I was impressed, it was the way he masked the losses of Jason Peters. You know, the way he used Big V, the way he called plays. I mean, it's very easy to call plays when you have a lot of weapons at your disposal, like the Eagles do. Yeah. And that's why I was so pissed off earlier in the season. It's like, because this play calling was so atrocious, and you had all these weapons, it was pitiful. Yeah. But now he's starting to figure out how to use his weapons.
Yeah.
That's a great thing, you know?
It was. And you know what? I really, he also knows Denver. I mean, he was in Kansas City for a few years, so didn't really take into account how well he might have known that team, what they do good, what they don't do good. But his plan, the game plan, it was flawless. You know, I don't think we've ever given Doug Pederson this much praise in one show.
Well, the people they've been saying we're Doug haters. You know, like, I'm not a Doug hater. I'm a realist. There's a difference.
Yeah,
I didn't see it in Doug until I still don't even know. I haven't made up my mind yet. You know, I don't know. Like, we don't know if this is a fluky season or not. I think it's not. I think this is a potential dynasty in the making, potentially. But
right.
Just saying, you know, like you had Ron Rivera go 15-1. The Panthers haven't been done anything since, really. They've got this year, but you know, you get the point there.
No, I mean, look, you know, coaching a few good games, having a good season is one thing. Putting seasons back to back is a whole nother thing. But for what he's done, we can only give him credit for where we're at right now. And what he's done this year, to me, has been really good.
Yeah. It's been since I'd say the Chargers game on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, definitely agree. No complaints.
All right. So, anything else you want to talk about from the game yesterday? I mean, we got I thought Lane Johnson did a spectacular job. He had that one block where he just pushed Von Miller aside with one hand. That was awesome. Brandon Brooks was a mauler in the run.
Yeah, Brandon Brooks was good.
There goes my logo. There it goes. There it goes. Watch it. Watch it.
There's some Cowboy fan is sacrificing a chicken. Somebody's sacrificing a chicken to make that fall down. I'm telling you, that was a spell. That was a spell. Some Cowboys fans watching the show putting spells on. But no, I love, you know, look, I thought Lane Johnson was great, Brooks was great. I'm trying to think. I'd like to see Mac Hollins get more. You know, Torrey Smith had what, one catch? I still think I'd like to see Mac Hollins get more opportunities. Jay Ajayi, I don't think people realize how hard it was to do what he did. When you come to a new team in football, usually it takes you a while to make an impact on the team. I mean, look at Sammy Watkins going from Buffalo to the Rams. He's just starting to get to the point where he's impacting the Rams in a good way. Ajayi comes in and he does what he does was really impressive to me. It was really impressive.
Dude, I wish we had Sean McVay. Oh, dude. Like he's like 100 times smarter than Doug, man.
You're gonna piss people off when you say that.
I don't care. They got to recognize how smart he is. Like, dude, what he's doing with that Rams team is, I mean, I am like complete awe of them.
That Rams team and the Eagles are going to be battling a lot of playoff games. It's going to be quite a interesting and entertaining rivalry, because you can see that what they're building with the Rams and what the Eagles are building, they are going to meet up. It's just those teams are going to clash. You know what I mean? Seattle's a little bit, you know, I don't think Seattle is what they were. Atlanta, I don't know. I mean, I thought Atlanta would be better, but I think that Rams team is a legit team that is going to be built to be good for years, and the Eagles too. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Well, it's who knows? Maybe they get the 2 seed, not Seattle.
Well, I mean, Seattle took a big loss to Washington. That was a big loss to lose to Washington.
I called that shit, by the way.
Did you? That's a great call because that's a big loss. I mean, that's what we need. We need like a 2-3 game lead on Seattle before we go play them. But the Rams, to me, the Rams is almost as big of a threat as Seattle to me at this point now. I think the Rams and Seattle are the two teams I think are the biggest threat to the Eagles. Saints too, but I just don't like their defense. I don't think they could win on the road in Philly. I know they did in the past, but I don't think that could happen this year.
Here's what I'll say about the Saints. The only reason why I'd be concerned about them is the quick passing game in Drew Brees, and I do think their defense has gotten better. What Marshawn Lattimore is doing is
unbelievable. He's awesome.
I mean, he's literally playing like a top 5 corner in the entire league already. Yeah. Top 3, like
total stud.
He's going to be way up there in my cornerback rankings next year.
I'm sure he will.
Be up there. And the way Kenny Vaccaro's flying around, I mean, they've had some guys step up for them. Sheldon Rankins, the second-year player. Cam Jordan has been great for them. So the Saints have been getting it. But now they really haven't played anybody either. Like at least I haven't seen a big road test yet. They did play Minnesota week 1. They got trounced. So I don't know if they could go on the road and really beat a quality opponent yet.
Right.
But you know, I still wouldn't want to play Drew Brees. But again, the NFC, it stinks. I'm not scared of anybody in the NFC if they have to come to Philly.
No, I'm not either. No, I'm not either.
We don't have to play the Steelers. We don't have to play the Patriots.
Yeah.
Hell, the Chiefs, I think we kicked their ass now too, by the way. But we don't have to play them either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. The NFC is wide open. If you get home field advantage, the chances that you can advance to the Super Bowl are really, really high. Whoever gets it, because I think if Seattle gets it, I think that they could go. If the Eagles get it, I think they could go. New Orleans would be a very tough place to play in New Orleans. Now, the Rams' home field advantage, I don't know what to make of that yet. Where they're at, I'm not sure what to make of that. So, I don't know. But, yeah, look, you get home field advantage, the chances that you go to the Super Bowl are really high. Really high.
Especially if you're going to be playing Philly. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, some people have said Minnesota. I'm sorry. I'm not worried about Minnesota.
No.
I'm not. Like their passing game. Okay, they'll flip some deep stuff to Diggs and Thielen from time to time, but most of the stuff it's dump off to Jerick McKinnon. That's their offense right now. It's run the ball and dump offs to your backs, swings, flats. That's not good.
No, I don't expect much from Minnesota. I don't worry about it. The only, I mean, I look, if Atlanta could figure out whatever's going on with them and get rolling, they have enough talent across the board that they could be scary if they got hot. But it don't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. So, look, it's wide open. It's wide open, you know? Wide open for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, because the Vikings, they have a good defense, like great defense, but if the Eagles did what they did against Denver, I don't see why they can't do that against Minnesota.
And they did it against Minnesota last year, too, right? They took it to Minnesota last year in Philly. Look, dude, the Aaron Rodgers injury opened everything up because that's the one. Yeah, that's the one guy that could go into Philly and tear it up. He's just that kind of guy. Now, you don't have him. Everything is open. So, look, just take care of business. Beat the stinking Cowboys. You beat them. You have a stranglehold on the division. Then we can focus on that Rams and Seattle 2 road trips. I think they're back-to-back, if I'm correct, right? Isn't that the Rams and then Seattle? It's like back-to-back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough spot there. If you split, if you beat Dallas and then split those 2, I think you end up a 1 seed. I do. I think if you split, you probably end up a 1 seed. If you sweep them, obviously you do. That's the matchup.
I'm starting to think we're going to beat Seattle and lose to the Rams.
I think Seattle, yeah. I think Seattle is beatable. I mean, if you look at what the Texans almost beat them, then the Redskins Redskins did beat them. I think the Eagles are going to beat them in Seattle. The Rams are tough. The Rams are a tough team. And they're just starting to find themselves, and Watkins is starting to play. I mean, they got some weapons. That is the team. That is a very, very good team.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good team. But, again, it's like, yeah. Falcons and Cowboys. Are the Falcons going to win?
Well, it's in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Well, Atlanta, to me, is a totally different team in Atlanta than on the road. So, because it's in Atlanta, they have a chance. If it was in Dallas, I would say no, Atlanta will lose. But I think Atlanta, coming off a loss, right? They had a heartbreaking loss. I don't know how Julio Jones dropped that one touchdown, but
That's like
I think it's a must-win for Atlanta. I think it's a must-win, and I think Atlanta wins. I'm probably gonna take Atlanta. You know, unless something happens and a couple guys are out, most likely I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm looking at Atlanta's schedule. There's something not right with Atlanta this year.
No, I can tell you what it is. It's the hangover of that Super Bowl. The way they lost that Super Bowl. When you lose a Super Bowl the way they did, I'm sorry, dude. That takes you a year to recover. It usually takes the team that loses the Super Bowl. Usually they have an off year the next year. I mean, I forget what the record is of the teams that lose in the Super Bowl don't make the playoffs next year. But it's pretty high. So for them to lose the Super Bowl is bad enough, but to lose the way that they lost, dude, I don't think they've recovered from that.
I think losing Kyle Shanahan's huge too.
That hurts. Yeah.
So they're 4-4. I'm looking at their schedule. They have to play at Seattle after the Cowboys. So they have to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a must win for them. It's a must win. And I think they're going to treat it like that. And I think they're going to beat Dallas.
For Dallas, it's a must-win too. I feel like everything is a must-win for Dallas because you have the Zeke suspension looming, if it comes or not. So you have to try and rack up as many wins as possible before he's gone.
Yeah,
if he's gone.
Yeah. Look, the way that whole thing is falling. Like I heard that the NFL said that they would even suspend him in the playoffs. So if this thing gets pushed back and they make the playoffs, he would be suspended for the playoffs. That's brutal. There's a chance that they may screw themselves over by fighting all this. If I'm Dallas, I'm trying to push this thing back till next year. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
I already know what's going to happen. They're going to lose to the Falcons. They're going to lose to the Eagles. They're going to go 5-5, and then their last 6 games, that's when Zeke's going to get suspended.
Yeah,
because you know how it works. The NFL wants the money. They want the viewers on Sunday Night Football. They want Zeke to play Philly, and then they're going to suspend him after that.
Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right. Yeah. Well, look, if Dallas loses to the Eagles, I mean that division's pretty much over. The division's pretty much over. That's a stranglehold and a half the Eagles would have. So 2 weeks, man, was 14 days, and then Dallas can sit on this. I can't.
All right, so I guess we'll do Dingbat of the week. We're about 30-something minutes in, so who's all right? I'll go first.
You go first.
Okay, so for the first time this season, we have a Dingbat of the week for the second time. Second time nomination for Skip Bayless. What an idiot. What a dingbat. So he goes on his show, and he said that Von Miller strip-sacked Carson Wentz. So he starts talking shit on Carson Wentz, and he doesn't even realize that it was Nick Foles who was in the game. Dingbat of the week again goes to Skip Bayless.
Dingbat. I have to second this. I was gonna do the lady that keeps having her dog poop and crap everywhere, but I'm gonna go with Skip Bayless too, because that is such a monumental mistake to make when you're trying to make a point about a guy's weakness, and he's not even the guy playing. Dingbat. Total dingbat. I agree.
I got another one too, by the way.
Give me another one.
So those guys at FS1, it's very clear to me that they're taking shots at Philadelphia to get them riled up and to get viewers and to get ratings. So you notice what happens. A guy like a Nick Wright, this guy named Nick Wright, I never heard of this guy until he started talking shit on the Eagles. So he thinks that there are 8 teams more qualified as Super Bowl contenders than the Eagles. And he started listing some teams. And when he got to teams like the Vikings and the Saints, that's when I lost it. Nick Wright, Code Dingbat of the week.
Code Dingbat. I don't even know who the hell that is. But
I never heard of him until that day.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you know why he's a Dingbat? You know why he's a really big Dingbat? Guess who his Super Bowl pick was? Guess.
The Cowboys and the Patriots.
Worse.
Cowboys.
He picked the Giants to win it all.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Giants are playing in a bowl game this week. I believe it's called the Toilet Bowl game, right? The Stink Bowl. What is it, the Niners and the Giants, right? Isn't that this week? That's like the worst game ever. I mean, that has to be like the worst game ever. And the thing about it is the 49ers are going to win. The 49ers are going to win because the Giants quit. They've quit. They don't care. Dude, I've never seen a Giant team play like this, ever. Like Giants may have bad seasons, but I've never seen them be quitters. They're quitters now. When you let a guy get a 3rd and 33, you quit. I mean, that's pathetic.
Actually, I might have another Dingbat of the week. So
trifecta of Dingbats.
Did you see how Ben McAdoo answered the one question when they asked him what his halftime speech was?
No.
They asked him, "Hey, what was your halftime speech?" At halftime, and 10 seconds of silence. He didn't even answer the question.
Oh my God. Well, maybe that's what he said.
It was 10 seconds of a nervous silence. He didn't say anything. He didn't know what to say.
He was probably going, he's doing the Doug Pearson Corleone hair comb, right? He's got his all slick back.
Chip back.
I hate that guy. He stinks. I think the Giants should give him an extension. Give him an extension.
Stinks. Oh, I hope they give him an extension.
That would be great.
That just shows how lucky you have to get in terms of coaching, because the Eagles, well, first they wanted Adam Gase. That was the guy that they wanted, but obviously Gase wanted some control over the roster, and the Eagles were not going to give it to him after what happened with Chip Kelly.
Right.
Then they wanted Ben McAdoo. Like, they really wanted Ben McAdoo. This was the guy that they wanted, and he stayed in New York. Thank God. And then they settled for Doug Pederson.
Yeah.
So Doug Peterson wasn't even like the first or second choice. He was the backup to the backup.
Yeah, and he's the best to come out of it, probably. I mean, I personally wanted Gase, but look, I'm happy with where we're at. I definitely, after trading away Ajayi, seeing that he couldn't get along with him and he traded him away, I don't like that. I kind of that rubs me the wrong way. That's too much Chip Kelly-ish to me. I have flashbacks of McCoy.
Yeah, that's a lesson he's going to have to learn. Bill Belichick does that shit. It works for him. But the first time he just started doing it, Bill Belichick, he got fired from Cleveland because of it. So yeah. We'll see what happens with Gase. But, obviously a great offensive mind, though. So that Miami team, I don't think it's very good. I mean, when you have Jay Cutler as your quarterback, I don't know how you're supposed to win games. I had, after Tannehill got hurt, I had them winning 5 or 6 games this year. So the fact that they're already 4-4, they've pretty much already exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect much after Tannehill got hurt either. Yeah, it's true. I kind of agree with you with that.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? I mean, that's pretty much it, right? We've been on
the it. Yeah, I think it's it. I mean, we got a nice bye week. I hope the team gets rest and look, it'll be fun. It'll be fun watching Dallas lose to Atlanta. And all I can say to Eagle fans out there, torture the Cowboy fans. Torture them for 2 weeks. Be on them. Be on them wherever they go. Don't let them get away with anything. When they pull out their voodoo dolls, be there. Be there when they go get chickens, when they got raccoons or squirrels to sacrifice. Bother the hell out of the Cowboys. Torture them for 2 weeks, and then watch us blow them out. That's what I say.
There it is. There it is. Blow them out of the water. Don't even let them in it.
Definitely.
Salivating.
I agree.
This team is salivating. They cannot wait. Fletcher Cox. Deep penetration. Yes, he will get deep penetration on that O-line because the Eagles, they tend to do. So we'll see.
I agree.
All right, that's Philly 500. I'm Adrian Fedke. This is the Bitter Dingbats for the week. So stay tuned. Next week, we'll see what we're going to do. Maybe we'll do like a – I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a recap on the Falcons and Cowboys. I don't know.
There you go. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Figure something out. All right.
Yeah.
We're out. Take care, guys.